हम पार्टी के ओर से और मेरे ओर से उनको धन्यवाद देता हूं कि हमारी बात को उन्होंने रखी है और माना है दोनों ने, इसीलिए मैं आपके सामने आके डिक्लेयर कर रहा हूं।
I have an emotional relationship with both Raebareli and the people of Wayanad. And the last 5 years as Member of Parliament of Wayanad have been a fantastic experience, a very enjoyable experience. The people of Wayanad stood with me. The people of Wayanad gave me love and affection. Every single person, regardless of party, they gave me support, love and affection. They gave me energy to fight in a very difficult time. So I will never forget that. I want everyone in Wayanad to know that Priyanka is going to fight the election in Wayanad. But I am going to be a frequent visitor to Wayanad, and I am going to be available to the people of Wayanad. And the commitments that I have made, we will stand by them and we will try and deliver all those commitments. She's going to fight the election. I'm confident she's going to win the election, and she's going to be a very good representative for the people of Wayanad. People of Wayanad can think about it like this. You have now 2 members of parliament. One is my sister and one is me. And my doors are always open for you throughout the rest of my life. And I love every single person in Wayanad.
भैया की मैं मदद रायबरेली में भी करूंगी, और जैसे इन्होंने कहा हम दोनों रायबरेली में भी हम दोनों मौजूद होंगे और वायनाड में भी।
दोनों को 2 सांसद मिल रहे हैं। सिंपल सी बात है।
Meanwhile, there's politics over this election as well, that the Gandhis have made the BJP the first to attack Rahul Gandhi over his choice of Raebareli over Wayanad. They've said Rahul has abandoned Wayanad like Amethi and made Priyanka Gandhi a scapegoat, is what the BJP has said in its initial attack on Rahul Gandhi. They've said that he's abandoned Wayanad just like he abandoned Amethi. Let me go across to India Today's Rahul Gautam for more on this. Rahul, big decisions. You know, Rahul Gandhi giving up on one of those seats was expected, but the big news today, of course, is Priyanka Gandhi Vadra's big poll debut, and already there's politics over the decision. The BJP has fired first shots, calling Rahul Gandhi an opportunist. Basically, they've said that he's abandoned Wayanad like he dropped Amethi, though it's not quite the same thing.
Well, Shiv, if you dissect or decode the data rallies of both Priyanka Gandhi and Rahul Gandhi, you'll find that Rahul Gandhi has been focusing more on southern part of the country, while Priyanka Gandhi was focusing more on northern part of the country, especially in Uttar Pradesh. But now, with this decision, this has been overturned. Now, Rahul Gandhi, you can say, will be taking forward the political legacy of Sonia Gandhi from Raebareli, while Priyanka Gandhi will be contesting the pie polls. Now, the logic behind, or the argument that is being given forward by the Congress leaders, is this, that since Rahul Gandhi has been elected from Wayanad at a time when he lost from Amethi, and that point of time Wayanad ensured that he goes to parliament and represent those people. So therefore they didn't want to create this narrative that Rahul Gandhi has abandoned Wayanad after using that particular constituency. That's why this decision has been made, that another member of Nehru Gandhi family, that is Priyanka Gandhi Vadra, will be contesting from Wayanad. And this also, you can say that in a way this is a part of the strategy of Congress party, that they're going to keep one important member of Nehru Gandhi family in the southern part of the country, so that and in fact Kerala is also going to witness assembly polls in the coming days. So they want to ensure the presence of Nehru Gandhi family on ground zero. And remember, Uttar Pradesh is one state that gave maximum seats to opposition parties, India Bloc, and therefore by taking and retaining Raebareli, Rahul Gandhi wants to send this important message to the voters of Congress party in the northern part of the country, that we are going to revive the party. This is actually going to help us in retaining the lost glory of the grand old party in coming days. So it's a part of a larger strategy strategy of the Congress party, which is essentially that Rahul Gandhi is going to take forward the political legacy of Raebareli, because
Yes.
the day Sonia Gandhi went to Rajya Sabha, she penned a very emotional letter to people of Raebareli saying that this emotional connect between Raebareli and Nehru Gandhi family is only going to continue, and that in that context, Rahul Gandhi is going to be representing Raebareli, while Priyanka Gandhi will be going to Kerala, to Wayanad, and she's going to contest and remember, this is actually going to be important.
Okay, Rahul, we'll come back to you in a moment.
Gandhi.
Remember, just a few days ago, Rahul Gandhi had made a big statement about his sister Priyanka Gandhi taking on Prime Minister Modi in Varanasi as well. So this build-up has been on for the last few days. Take a look at what he had said.
सिर्फ अयोध्या में नहीं, वाराणसी में जान बचा के निकले हैं प्रधानमंत्री। और मैं आपको कहता हूं और बहन से कह रहा हूं, अगर ये लड़ जाती वाराणसी में, अगर ये लड़ गई होती, तो आज हिंदुस्तान के प्रधानमंत्री 2-3 लाख वोटों से वाराणसी का चुनाव हार जाते।
The implications, the reasons, the assessment of what this decision means for Kerala, for the Gandhis, for the Congress party, for Uttar Pradesh. Now remember, it's been known for the last few days after India Today's report that Rahul Gandhi was in all likelihood going to give up Wayanad and keep Raebareli. But we'll keep our assessment aside for a moment and hear from our political experts. Dr. Manisha Priyam is with us, Rashid Kidwai, author and political commentator, Tuhin Sinha of the BJP, Dr. Sandeep Shastri, national coordinator with the Lok Niti Network. Welcome to all of you. Dr. Priyam, I'd like to quickly come to you first. Not a surprising decision, but what do you make of it? Why do you think they decided to drop Wayanad, keep Raebareli, Priyanka going to fight the bipole from Wayanad? Dr. Priyam.
So I don't think it's a dropping of Wayanad. It's an adoption of Wayanad.
Yeah.
And you know that I'm a person who has my ears and eyes close to the ground. As in the first two phases, the elections for Kerala were coming to a conclusion. And I was deeply entrenched with those who were trying to support the BJP as also the Congress. And Nayars and Kochis were inclined towards the BJP, but towards the end, they conceded and they said that there is a wave in favor of Rahul Gandhi. It was not even Congress, Rahul Gandhi. Now, the national media at that point of time did not want to take notice, did not want to report. We kept quiet. But the fact is that this is an acknowledgement of the kind of mandate they had in Kerala. Wayanad remains very important for them. And in the southern states, remember, their direct representation is not in Tamil Nadu. The state of Karnataka is held by DK Shiv Kumar. A direct, entry of Priyanka Gandhi there will mean that the central party is trying to say that the Congress party is directly putting its hands into the election cauldron in Kerala. Remember, BJP's numbers are also percentage share of votes are increasing. But today we've also seen the MP from Thrissur, who's also a minister now, acknowledge that Indira Gandhi was a very great leader. So that's Kerala for you. You cannot win the Kerala elections without being plural in your faith, diverse in your beliefs. That's how the Thrissur campaign was. That's for another day. But it's an acceptance and adoption of Kerala as a state by the Congress party as being very integral to their strategies down south. So Rahul Gandhi at the moment taking it on here. I'd like to conclude by saying that by now Priyanka Gandhi has campaigned extensively in the north and the south, won some, lost some, but she's been in the heat of the races and having established herself in Raebareli and Amethi. Now when she comes, she'll be accepted as someone who's been through the electoral hustings, whether she wins or loses. Wayanad is now for her to contest and prove.
And she's almost definitely going to win. This is a Wayanad. Like you said, the Rahul wave was very visible in Wayanad, whether it was the numbers or the turnout. We'll have to see, how this actually plays out on a larger level. But the big story today is most definitely the poll plunge, as it were, of Priyanka Gandhi Vadra. In past elections, we've seen, will she, won't she? She's come close to it. There's been speculation about her agreeing and then stepping back. This time she is going to fight that bypoll from Wayanad, which Dr. Priyam and I agree, it wasn't a drop. This is an adoption of the Wayanad seat. Rahul Gandhi gives up that seat only for his sister to fight from that bypoll. Shantanu Gupta is also with us before I go to the others. Shantanu Gupta, an initial opening comment from you on this decision that has been taken by the Congress party.
I think when Rahul Gandhi was kicked out from Amethi, he used Wayanad as a political ATM, and I think they still want to use it. Today in the press conference, it was sounding as if Priyanka Gandhi even need not contest from there. She was assuming herself as a member of parliament, though she was only a candidate still for the bypoll. Rahul Gandhi made quite condescending remark on the UP Walas. The UP Walas did not understand me. They vote only on castes. Only people from Wayanad can understand. But I think now, and for all practical purposes, he was not even wanting to contest from Raebareli. He filed the nomination from Raebareli on the behest of Akhilesh Yadav on the very last day. I think he was also not sure that he will win or not, right? And then at the last moment, their live work, their fake videos work, their fake guarantee card work. And then now they're deciding, but it's a welcome move that finally Priyanka Gandhi, after so many ifs, no, maybes, she's finally back in politics. But just a small remark. I think the Kerala where RSS BJP workers are slaughtered almost every month, is that a pluralistic culture for a panelist? I'm very surprised and concerned.
Okay, we'll get into the finer points of the decision that's been taken in a moment, but just to get some opening comments and get the debate going for the moment, Rashid Kidwai, this is something that you had also talked about. This is something that you had said would happen, and it has happened. So, no surprises really in terms of the decision. Now the implications and the importance and the significance has to be decoded. What do you think? Priyanka Gandhi will be fighting the bypoll from Wayanad. It's big.
Yeah. So Shiv, it's a smart move. Remember 6 months ago, after the defeat of Congress in Madhya Pradesh, Rajasthan and Chhattisgarh, the Congress was facing existential crisis. There are a lot of political commentators who are busy writing, Congress obituary. This move is going to increase the longevity of the Indian National Congress, grand old party, as we say, nationally as a kind of, some kind of, challenger to the BJP. So the Congress had been very defensive. Now it is trying to get offensive. Presence of Priyanka Gandhi, in case she wins from Wayanad, is going to, create a lot of sort of excitement in the Congress, in Lok Sabha and in opposition ranks. And similarly, in Uttar Pradesh, the Congress is trying to do a Tamil Nadu kind of arrangement where the state assembly elections or that kind of post of chief minister would be given to Akhilesh Yadav. And, Rahul Gandhi and Congress would try to increase the tally, Lok Sabha tally in the Lok Sabha for the Congress. So this is the kind of thing where the Congress senses an opening before 2029 or after 2029. So it is getting its act together. As I said, it's a smart move.
Do you think it's a smart move, Tuhin Sinha of the BJP also, Tuhin? Because the BJP has already fired its first shots and said that, this is Rahul Gandhi abandoning Wayanad like he abandoned Amethi. It's not quite the same thing, but from the Congress's perspective, it seems like the obvious thing to do.
Well, good evening, Shiv. Good evening, everybody. Rahul Gandhi is a runaway parliamentarian, an absentee member of parliament. So whether he stays from Raebareli or whether he stays from Wayanad, that would not make any difference. That's point number one, because, to my knowledge, his attendance would continue to be less than 40%. He would continue to, be absent on important occasions. But one does feel sad for the people of Wayanad because, Wayanad kind of gave him political refuge at a time when his political career would have ended when he lost Amethi. And now, when he has an alternative, he is dumping Wayanad at the first opportunity. So that, clearly shows his opportunistic streak. Also, as Shantanu had mentioned, in February 2021, he had very clearly mentioned in Wayanad that I'm so happy to come here because, when I go to the north, I feel people are not well informed. So this kind of a north-south divide, this malafide intent, this mischievous intent is something which he has been showing for some time. It will be interesting to see how he lives up to it from now. But most importantly, since just one more point, one very important point, since he has been lashing out at the EVMs time and again, ideally, he should have quit from both the constituencies. Ideally, he should make all the 99 members of parliament of the Congress party quit in protest and then, possibly, either remain outside or, wait till the time paper ballots are introduced in the country.
Just as a small anecdote, this show was actually going to be about the entire EVM drama. But once this broke, we had to change our entire topic, and this became the topic of discussion. So believe me when I say that EVMs are very much on our, news cycle agenda. I even did it on my 5 p.m. show. Dr. Sandeep Shastri, through this election, through the previous election in 2019, then the UP election after that in 2022, there was this thread of speculation of Priyanka Gandhi. Will she, won't she? Where will she fight from? Will she take on Varanasi? Will she be the chief ministerial candidate in UP? There's always, even in this election, there was, will she fight from Telangana? Will she fight from Kerala? Will she fight from somewhere else? Will it be from UP? And it didn't happen, and now she's fighting from the Wayanad by way of a bipole. How does that look to you, sir? It seems like the smart thing to do, as Rashid Kidwai said. How do you see it?
Shiv, I will not repeat the points which colleagues on the panel have made.
Yeah.
Let's remember, Priyanka has always been saying that she's there to help her brother and the party in whatever way possible. So when the brother vacates the Wayanad seat, she then says, I'm willing to come forward. Let's remember also, Shiv, that this is not the first time that a leader has contested from 2 seats. This has happened in the past with leaders from across the political spectrum. And when they have won both the seats, they have given up one of the seats. And here, I think Rahul Gandhi believed it was more important to retain Raebareli, partly because of its having been with the, having had representatives of their family winning that seat. And number 2, the criticality of Uttar Pradesh and the fact of the alliance there was important for him to stay on in that seat. And the Wayanad seat is a much safer seat than the Raebareli seat in the present circumstances. If we had retained Wayanad and allowed Priyanka to fight in Raebareli, I think the fight would have been much tougher in Raebareli.
Right.
In Wayanad, it could be a much easier seat, though, of course, no by-election should be concluded even before the votes are cast. So I think these are the factors that go into play. For me, it was an expected decision that Rahul will retain Raebareli. The fact that they have decided to put his sister in Wayanad is an interesting decision, and in a sense marks her entry into electoral politics, keeping in mind what she has always said, that I will play second fiddle to my brother, and wherever he needs me, whenever he needs me, I would come. It will be interesting to see how the battle pans out, whether the left will put up a candidate, whether the BJP will put up a candidate there. But that's for another session to talk about.
Okay, well, welcoming onto our coverage, Rajdeep Sardesai also, who's covered many a rally. He's the only journalist in this election cycle to do a full-fledged, full-length interview of Priyanka Gandhi Vadra. He joins us live as well. Rajdeep, you had said this would happen. You had said that this was, all indicators pointed to the, the possibility that Rahul Gandhi was going to pick Raebareli, pass on Wayanad, and it was likely that Priyanka Gandhi would take its place. That's exactly how it's turned out. Your assessment, what do you think?
Shiv, I think it was pretty likely after the Congress's strong performance in Uttar Pradesh in particular, of course, in alliance with the Samajwadi Party, that Rahul Gandhi was under pressure to retain Raebareli and give up Wayanad. I can tell you that originally Rahul Gandhi had precisely the opposite thought. He thought that he had built an emotional attachment to Wayanad. His sister had been campaigning for her mother and then later for Rahul Gandhi in Raebareli. So she was better suited to Uttar Pradesh. Remember, she was General Secretary Uttar Pradesh a couple of years ago. But because of the nature of the verdict, it was felt that Rahul Gandhi, since he is the face of the Congress, he should stick now to Uttar Pradesh, which is ultimately the key to power in Delhi in the future. And then what role for Priyanka Gandhi Vadra? Interestingly, Shiv, last week what I was told, that the Congress intended to get a senior Kerala Congress leader to contest from Wayanad, possibly Mr. K.V. Muralidharan, who lost in Thrissur. Remember, Kerala goes to the polls in 18 months from now, and the Congress doesn't want to send out a message that it has abandoned Kerala or the Gandhis have abandoned Kerala. Now, where Priyanka Gandhi Vadra comes in, Shiv, is a bit of a strange equation. The belief was Priyanka Gandhi Vadra was being primed for an important organizational role. Remember, she is a charismatic figure in terms of attracting crowds. That's something that the Congress doesn't have too much of. They do not have too many charismatic orators or speakers who have a pan-India presence. So there was a feeling that Priyanka Gandhi Vadra will be made to play that kind of more roving role. As it has turned out, by her contesting from Wayanad, the only reason I can think of, Shiv, is the Congress doesn't want to send out a message that they have abandoned Kerala, where they got the highest number of their seats and where there are state assembly elections in just about 18 months.
Very, very interesting. And, Rahul Gandhi in that press interaction, and I'll play that soundbite in just a moment, said, "Dhamki mili thi." He was threatened, so he picked Raebareli, is what Rahul Gandhi actually said in that bite. But Dr. Manisha Priyam, coming back to you, I want to focus for a moment on Priyanka Gandhi Vadra. We'll come to Rahul Gandhi next, because the news right now, as far as us journalists is concerned, is that Priyanka Gandhi Vadra is going to fight her first election. She's crisscrossed the country. She's been very visible, like Rajdeep said. She's addressed rallies. There have been viral moments. How do you see her stature going forward from this point? So far, it has been, just short of actually taking the poll plunge. Now she will be doing it.
So I think she's wizened up as a political leader. I do remember her foray into Uttar Pradesh politics in the 2019 elections. She was confused in terms of what she needed to do. The politics of Uttar Pradesh Congress then being led by Lalluji. Ajay Rai was there, but not clearly well liked, but not trusted upon. The SP Congress alliance had not worked in a previous state election, and therefore they kept their distance. And those are things that have now completely turned around. The SP and the Congress have worked together in Uttar Pradesh. The narrative of the elections that now Priyanka's led, beginning from the Karnataka elections, it's moved quite left of center. The narrative is issue-based. The narrative is class-based. And remember, the one thing that many of you have been talking about, the woman vote, remember always, the woman vote is not something that's tied to a particular dole coming from one particular leader. And Priyanka Gandhi is the Congress's trump card, the way she's campaigned. Even in Himachal Pradesh, for example, she was able to lead a campaign that was largely issue-based. Now, this is quite a distinct maturation of her politics, because I remember the first time around in 2019, she was confused. I would see her going to the Vindhyavasini Devi temple. She didn't know what to do with the BJP's aggressive agenda of Hindutva. So all that is sunset for her now. And clearly, it's a team of Rahul Gandhi and Priyanka Gandhi that have decided to take people's issues to the people. So let's see how she leads this. But I would see her taking a somewhat backseat from her aggressive role in Uttar Pradesh. That's going to be left to Rahul Gandhi, but even more to Akhilesh Yadav to lead it to the kitty of the India Alliance. And she would concentrate in what would be a Congress bastion largely for the Congress party. So the India Alliance politics being left now for Rahul Gandhi to take over, for Mr. Kharge to be the leader of, and Priyanka Gandhi leading it in a bastion that the Congress party is comfortable with. And the southern states where the Congress does have a footprint in alliance with the DMK and on its own in the state of Telangana and in the state of Karnataka. I'd like to add one more point here that about pluralistic culture, let's insist once again, contrary to whoever else has said, I've just finished my research meetings, and Mr. Suresh Gopi's campaigns in Kerala were one of the most multi-faith kind of campaigns, attracting voters from across religious divides that I will not name on a national panel. But whoever wants to say that the culture of Kerala is not plural and not multi-faith is far beyond the mark. And the visual culture of Suresh Gopi's campaigns are a clear affirmation that you cannot set foot in Kerala unless you approach it in a plural way and an open way.
There's no other way to campaign in Kerala.
There's
I
no
completely
other
agree
way.
with that. I've reported from there as well. Shantanu, do you want to add to that? We're talking about Priyanka Gandhi now, potentially Priyanka Gandhi, in Parliament. How do you see that? We've been talking through this election. One of the talking points has been the popularity charts. Even though not terribly empirical, comparisons of popularity have been thrown about quite a bit, and I'll go to some figures a little later. But a Priyanka Gandhi potentially in Parliament, how do you see that in terms of the dynamics in the Lok Sabha?
I think the bar for the Gandhi family by multiple panelists and experts is already kept very low. If they win 99 seats in the third attempt and they are only eligible for a LOP, that made out to be a victory. In 2009 and 2022, she has been proven quite an electoral disaster in UP. And now she's going to a super safe seat. And is that showing us electoral prowess? I'm saying I can only laugh at it.
Okay. Rashid Kidwai, you can if you want you can respond to what Shantanu Gupta has said, but I also want to ask another question, which is something that Tuhin had raised. Rahul Gandhi while campaigning in Kerala, saying that he enjoys doing politics and being in Kerala rather than in the north, specifically UP, even though he didn't say UP, and now choosing UP over the Kerala seat, is a glorious irony, but also a symbol of political practicality. Rashid?
Shiv, you're asking me?
Yeah. That was for you. I think we've lost that connection with Rashid. We'll go back to him. Rajdeep, can I bring you in on that? Much was made of Rahul Gandhi, making that famous North-South comment, saying he prefers the South, etc. And he was quite bashed for that. Quite ironic that, practicality and rhetoric, go comfortably hand in hand in politics.
Look, the fact, as I said, is the election verdict has clearly suggested that the Congress could be on the road to some kind of recovery in Uttar Pradesh. And that, I guess, has pushed people around Rahul Gandhi, particularly the old guard in the Congress, to insist that he give up Wayanad against his choice and go with Raebareli. You could argue very well, as I said at the very outset, that if anything, Priyanka Gandhi Vadra was the natural candidate for Raebareli, given the time that she has invested in Raebareli and Amethi. She will be, in that sense, an outsider to Kerala. Look, this north-south divide, at the end of the day, you're quite right, is often played up depending on which side of the political divide you are. When the south gives you a large number of MPs, you will play up the southern comfort that you have. When the north gives you more MPs, you will be branded as a Hindi heartland party. Every party wants to expand. And I think from a logical, pragmatic point of view, the Congress has taken the right decision in Rahul Gandhi choosing Raebareli over Wayanad. Remember, also in Wayanad, your primary opponent is an India Alliance ally in the left front government. The question is, what role will Priyanka Gandhi Vadra now really play? Is she there in Wayanad only to fill this gap that the Congress in Kerala, the likes of K.C. Venugopal, do not want to send out a message that the Gandhi Nehrus have abandoned Kerala 18 months before a tough election that they have with the left front, where they could have an opportunity to form a government. What exactly will be the role of Priyanka Gandhi Vadra? In the election, we saw, Shiv, she started off by taking on Prime Minister Modi on the Mangal Sutra comment, on other comments that the Prime Minister made, but then shifted to spending 2 weeks in Amethi, where she was really the face in the battle that Kishori Lal Sharma, the winner, had against Smriti Irani. So it's still been unclear to me what exactly will Priyanka Gandhi Vadra's role be beyond just being Wayanad MP. I can't see her being confined only to Wayanad. Does she have a greater role? If that greater role is there, how will the power equations work within the Congress? I think these are signals that we will have to look out for in the next few months. But clearly this shows that the Congress is actually realizing that 99 seats that they've got needs to be taken to the next level if they are to be an actual contender for power. For once at least, both the Gandhi siblings seem to be willing to take the plunge. And for the Congress party itself, that might be a good thing.
And there's a totally understandable and justified spring in the Congress's step. The decisions are coming quickly. This could be the beginning of some kind of revival or resurgence of the Congress party. They went from 54 seats to 99 seats, which is not small, but there's a long way to go. Tuheen, what do you think about this idea of not only the Congress's performance, but the decisions around Rahul Gandhi and Priyanka Gandhi, Wayanad and Raebareli, all being part of a larger revival of the grand old party? Do you think that, or do you think that's bunkum, that this is a flash in the pan?
Number one, Priyanka Gandhi certainly seems to be the lesser of the two siblings. But on another note, I think the Congress is premature in its celebrations. 99 seats, so what? In the last 2 weeks, they have shown they don't have any issue. Every day they seem to be ranting about, EVMs till now. They haven't moved on. Every day they seem to be making some bizarre statement that if Priyanka had contested from Varanasi, Prime Minister would have lost. Whereas if you look at us, we look at our work culture, we have got down to business immediately. 2 important cabinet decisions have been taken and, it's work as usual for us. So I don't think the Congress should be celebrating prematurely. Now, coming to what Manisha was saying, while at some level you can agree that Kerala is a multi-faith, state, and you have to, your campaign has to proceed in that manner. Fact is that Kerala is also afflicted by the problem of radicalization, and 2 former CMs, whether it is V. Achyutanandan or Omen Chandi, have been on record to state that if this problem is not addressed, things would go out of hand. Now, the difference between the Congress and the BJP is that, while the Congress is aware of the problem, it will brush it under the carpet. The BJP, even though it is not winning immediately, will raise that issue and will address that.
Okay, point made. I don't want to go too deep into the specific things being said because I want to keep it largely focused on the states and, what the Gandhis are finally going to mean for their party with this big decision being taken today. But if there's time, we'll get Dr. Manisha Priyam also to respond. Sanjay Jha is also with us, I'm told. Sanjay, apologies for coming to you late. I'm coming to you in just a moment. I just wanted to quickly bring in Dr. Sandeep Shastri for something that Rajdeep Sardesai had raised about Priyanka Gandhi's role. The CSDS survey, Dr. Shastri, an organization you're associated with, did have these popularity data in UP, talking about Rahul Gandhi vis-a-vis Narendra Modi. Where does Priyanka Gandhi stand? How popular is she? What role, in your view, can she play nationally? Dr. Shastri. Sir, you're on mute, sir.
Sorry. First to the CSDS survey. The survey you are referring to is a question we raised on who would people prefer as the Prime Minister after this election. Yeah. And what was referred to is in UP, the study found that Rahul Gandhi was ahead of Prime Minister Modi. We do not mention any names in the survey. Whatever names people take, we mention that. And therefore, Priyanka Gandhi's name did not figure in that study because her name was not mentioned by a significant number of voters. Now, coming to the other point, I think what Rajdeep said is relevant. And I would go back to my comment. What role do I see for Priyanka? She has made it clear, I think, that she sees herself helping her brother in building the party. She has made it very clear that I am there to help him out in whatever way he needs and whatever way the party needs. And at this particular stage, to make it look that Wayanad is not being abandoned, I think it was important that the party felt that somebody like her should stand from there. And if she were to win, I think she would be an important spokesperson for the Congress in the House and there to support Rahul Gandhi and the party in what actions and strategies the party puts forward. So I think that's the limited role that I see at the moment. And that's a role that she has been playing in the past also, never allowing herself to overshadow her brother. That's something she has always made sure she has not done. And I presume that's the way they will take it forward also.
So with Sonia Gandhi's sort of semi-retirement and not been part of active politics, should Priyanka Gandhi win the Wayanad bypoll, it will be something of a Gandhi sibling double engine in the Lok Sabha, something that definitely adds to the Congress's cylinders in the lower house of Parliament. But Sanjay Jha, there is no question, whichever way you slice it, that should Priyanka Gandhi win the bypoll and make it into the Lok Sabha, there's no reason to believe she won't. This would be a pivotal point for the Congress party. I mean, so much has been said so far about whether she will or won't. It looks like finally there's clarity on that count.
Shiv, in my opinion, is a very pragmatic political decision by the Congress. And remember, it also helps both the Gandhi siblings, who truly, I think, care for the idea of India, to represent both the North and South. And, this whole conversation that will Priyanka get hamstrung because she's representing Wayanad, but I'm sure she will do very well. She's 100% going to win that. In politics, you're not compartmentalized just because you win from a constituency. Especially those who are pan-India leaders of their party, they actually have huge geographical mobility. And in this day of age of television and social media, I mean, you have a lot of traction all over the country with the stuff that you do. I think the critical point here is this, that people who have been to Raebareli and Amethi, they talk about the two of them like, in tandem, like it's Tweedledum and Tweedledee. And here is the point. Because they have also won Amethi, humbling a very popular face of the BJP, for Raebareli and Amethi, they are talked about like, twins. Here is a chance for the Congress to increase its footprint in Uttar Pradesh, where between Samajwadi and them, they have 43 seats. So it has been an emphatic win. And the assembly elections will be equally critical. So if you look at the larger dynamics, I think Priyanka, those who know her well will tell you, she's excellent as an organization builder. I mean, I can tell you from my experience of my limited experience of working with her. And she told that to I think Rajdeep in the interview that she gave to India Today. But she said, I'm very hands-on and operations driven. And anybody who's seen her work, she's into the nitty-gritties of it all. So I think when she becomes a popularly elected leader in Lok Sabha, the Congress party gets somebody who can get the organization more robust and more, swift and nimble-footed. Well, Rahul can, kind of do the ideological and the other part of the political campaign. It's good news for the Congress.
Okay, very interesting. I'm almost out of time. I have just a few minutes left, so I want to take quick final comments from all of our panelists. The two things you believe are now on the immediate to-do list for Rahul as well as Priyanka. We've discussed their roles, we've discussed their decisions. The two things you think that will be on their to-do list, Rajdeep, I'll start with you.
Very quickly, Shiv. First of all, the Congress and Rahul Gandhi will have to decide on leader of the opposition. That is still an open question. Who's going to lead the opposition? The buzz is it will be Gaurav Gogoi and not Rahul Gandhi. My belief is that if you are the face of your party, then one of the things you may want to do is be the leader of the opposition. When I ask Congress persons this, they say, Rahul Gandhi wants to have a more flexible role. If that's the case, then we need to know what that role is. So I think Rahul Gandhi needs to have a clearer role definition now that the Congress is in a position to actually have the status of leader of the opposition, which they didn't have in 2014 and 2019. And the same thing really for Priyanka Gandhi Vadra. You see, Priyanka Gandhi Vadra has been accused in the past by her critics to say you can't flit in and out of politics. You can't only surface at election time and be absent when there are no elections. You can't just be a star campaigner. So I think both their roles, what will Priyanka Gandhi's role be, particularly organizationally? Will she have a clear role, a well-defined role? Will Rahul Gandhi also have a well-defined role? You cannot rely, even though you've done reasonably well in this election, to actually aspire for power unless there is role clarity. I think in the BJP there was very clear when there was Narendra Modi and Amit Shah at the top. There's very clear role clarity. What is Mr. Modi's role and what is Amit Shah's role? The Congress at the moment will need to have role clarity. Rahul Gandhi and Priyanka Gandhi Vadra will have to decide exactly what their roles are.
Okay, Shantanu Gupta, 2 points you'd like to make. You may not want to talk about the to-do list. 2 points or 2 questions you'd like to raise on Rahul and Priyanka in this point.
I think exactly in lines with Rajdeep, will they now finally become the full-time serious politician? I remember in last 2 Lok Sabhas, his attendance is 45 to 50%. His house is hardly 5 minutes away from Lok Sabha. Will he bite the LOP bullet, right? In 2004 to 14, he had all the opportunity to take a ministerial berth, but then he always ran away from the opportunity and the possibility, because while being the LOP, he has to be a serious politician. He has to sit there, he can counter, he can't just run away with winkings and jappies and low attendance, right? He has to sit with Narendra Modi with all the appointments of CBI to CVC to Lokpal to Election Commission. He can stop making this EVM comments. So will he be a serious politician finally or not?
Dr. Priyam, very, very quickly, 2 things right in front of Rahul and Priyanka right now.
So I think the most important lesson for the Congress party right now is that whatever they've been able to gather in this election, the near 100 that they've got to, is by aligning themselves to voices of the poor on the ground. So for them, remaining a party that remains closely connected to the people is extremely important. Yes, the Lok Sabha is important, and Rahul Gandhi, therefore, will continue to have a more people-oriented role. I see Priyanka Gandhi trying to mobilize the women voters. Remember, she's been a very effective campaigner in the South as well as in the North, and I will see that role being distinguished around her. The roles may not be that of leader of the opposition. Remember, the deputy leader's post and the leader's post also depends on the ruling party showing some grace, some of which was shown. Kiran Rijiju ji visited Mallikarjun Kharge ji, but let's see whether the deputy speaker is conceded to the opposition, which is the India Alliance, or not. If the opposition is going to be not given that, then they clearly understand that BJP will have the speaker's post and NDA will continue to have the deputy speakers. That's a partisan way of functioning. Remember, a parliament functions when the business advisory committee and the parliamentary affairs minister exert their autonomy in building networks across political parties. And that political consensus is important. It's not simply a performance of who attended how many classes, etc. Parliament functions with a broad political consensus. And this mandate is something where even the NDA is dependent on a southern party. Remember, the NDA is not the BJP of the North. It's dependent on a southern party. And therefore, we cannot say that the South does not matter. It matters both for those who are in power and those who are in opposition. Let the parliament show what a united states of India in the Indian parliament can look like.
The dynamics, the rules of engagement in that new parliament are going to be very interesting to see. And of course, we'll be covering all of that live. Almost out of time. 2 final concerns or questions, Tuhin, to you, and then I'll have to end. Yes, Tuhin.
Well, Shiv, we are all aware of the limitations of the Gandhi siblings. So honestly, I don't expect them to be responsible opposition leaders or to, exude gravitas. But the only thing I expect from them, and I would request them, is not to spread falsehood and misinformation on a daily basis. Elections are over. They need to move on. They need to accept the fact that this is the 3rd consecutive time that they are in opposition with less than 100 seats. So they need to focus on that and prepare for 2019 instead of spreading falsehood on a daily basis.
Okay, I've got 60 seconds left, 30 to Dr. Shastri and 30 to Sanjay. Dr. Shastri, go. Final comment.
Okay, again, coming end with my 30 seconds, I think Rahul Gandhi needs to decide on greater accountability with the power. I think the attitude of being wishy-washy on whether to do or not to do should go away. And Priyanka Gandhi very clearly has to focus on winning Wayanad. I think that is the to-do list for both. Rahul Gandhi being more accountable and responsible, and Priyanka winning the seat that is being allotted to her by the party.
Okay, short and sharp. Okay, Sanjay, final comment to you.
Yeah, Shiv, let me tell you, all that Rahul and Priyanka and the entire Congress party has to do is to win Maharashtra with the alliance partners, win Haryana, make sure that one wins Jharkhand. And I think India's political trajectory will change immediately after October of this year. And secondly, and I have said it publicly very often, the Congress party has to find a way to get into Gujarat. I mean, of course, you can add Uttar Pradesh, Bihar, West Bengal and Odisha, where they have been missing in action. But I believe politically, if the Congress party has to really make a statement of humbling the Amit Shah and Narendra Modi duo, you've got to figure out how to win Gujarat. So right now, short-term objective, win the assembly elections and keep Gujarat very much as the big prize that you got to get.
Okay, very, very interesting. Much to learn, much to look forward to. Parliament coming up, big elections coming up later this year. So we're going to have our hands full and always have the privilege of the expertise of all of our panelists as we continue to track the turbulent politics of this great democracy of ours. Thank you to all of you for joining us on the Newstrack tonight. Very quick break here. On the other side, the Maharashtra electronic voting machine row has unlocked a big, big political war. Rahul Gandhi has stepped into the ring. The Shiv Sena has stepped into the ring. It's the big, big political story of the week. That's next.
Motorola Edge 50 Ultra with Moto AI.
विक्रम आ तो गए, जाओगे कैसे?
बड़े आराम से।
देखिए ये देश
हेलो, मैं आ रहा हूँ और हाँ, भगा कर ले जाऊंगा। सिक्योरिटी! प्रिया, भाग गए, पकड़ो उनको। हेलो, बोला था ना, भगा कर ले जाऊंगा। विक्रम!
एक हिंट तो देते?
हिंट?
बड़े आराम से।
At the India Today Media Institute, we believe in training students in independent and critical thinking so they improve their ability to analyze the world around them. The training provided at the ITMI is rigorous and multimedia with the view of providing top-notch media professionals. Register now at www.indiatodaymediainstitute.in.
Make your media plan smarter with India Today Live TV on your connected devices. Amplify your brand with 100 million smart internet viewers. To advertise, mail us at sales@aajtak.com.
There's a Mahayuddh raging over electronic voting machines or EVMs, despite the Election Commission categorically denying that EVMs can be hacked via mobile phone and OTPs. A political war of words that has erupted over a newspaper article refuses to die down. The opposition is demanding a probe into the Mumbai Northwest constituency that the Shiv Sena's Ravindra Vaikar won by just 48 votes. Take a look.
Elections are over, but the war over EVMs is not. It was this news report published by a Mumbai daily that set the cat among pigeons. The report claimed that a relative of Shiv Sena candidate Ravindra Vaikar, who won the Mumbai Lok Sabha seat by just 48 votes, used a mobile phone to generate an OTP that unlocked the EVM. The publication now says that the mobile phone was not used to unlock the EVM and has regretted the error. Mumbai poll officer has also categorically refused EVM hacking claims, clarifying that EVMs have no wireless communication capabilities and that there is no possibility of manipulation.
PBMS और एक ऑनकोर इसके लिए ओटीपी की जरूरत होती है। दोनों सिस्टम क्या और इसको किस तरीके से ओटीपी से जरूरत होती है?
ईटीपीबीएस में हम स्कैन करते हैं इलेक्ट्रॉनिक ट्रांसमिटेड जो ये होता है, और एनकोर जो है उसके लिए ओटीपी लगता है, पर एनकोर ये डाटा एंट्री ऑपरेशन है, डाटा एंट्री का सिस्टम है ईसीआई का, उसका ईवीएम के काउंटिंग प्रोसीजर से दूर दूर तक कोई ताल्लुकात नहीं है।
It has now emerged that ECI staff Dinesh Gaurav gave his phone to Mangesh Padelkar, Shiv Sena MP Vaikar's brother-in-law. The phone, which is meant for data entry purposes, was used by Pandelkar for making and receiving calls. But politics over the EVM hack claim is only escalating.
आम्ही सांगितलं होतं की ईसी
म्हणजे इलेक्शन कमिशन नसून एंटायरली कॉम्प्रोमाइज्ड. आज जी जगभरात आणि देशभरात चर्चा सुरू आहे, मला वाटतं आमच्यासारखे अनेक अशा वेगळ्या वेगळ्या सीट्स असतील देशभरात जिथे ही चर्चा होऊ शकते. पण हा जो भाजपाने विजय क्लेम केलेला आहे तो देखील 303 वरनं 240 वर आलेला आहे. काल पण मी सांगितलं की ही यंत्रणा जर त्यांच्या हातात नसते आणि खरोखर फ्री अँड फेअर इलेक्शन झाले असते तर 240 काय 40 देखील जागा भाजपाच्या या देशात आल्या नसत्या.
एक खोटा जे काही दिशाभूल करण्याचा जे काही प्रयत्न चालू आहे, तुमच्या एवढ्या जागा जिंकल्या तुम्ही, तेव्हा ईव्हीएम वर संशय घेतला नाही. फक्त रवींद्र वायकर यांच्या ईव्हीएम वर संशय घेता. वाटत 42% स्ट्राईक रेट आहे. आमचा शिवसेनेचा 48% आहे. त्यामुळे त्यांच्या पायाखालची वाळू सरकली आहे, म्हणून अशा प्रकारचे आरोप प्रत्यारोप करतात.
आरओ थी, उनका मोबाइल था, वो मोबाइल लेके बाहर जाते थे और स्टार्टिंग में 650 का लीड ये उद्धव ठाकरे साहब के पक्ष को मिला, बाद में वो कम हुआ. तो ये जो चीजें है उसके कारण कंफ्यूजन बढ़ जाता है. कंफ्यूजन बढ़ जाता है तो लोगों का लोकशाही या जो डेमोक्रेसी है उस पर से विश्वास निकल जाता है. तो इलेक्शन कमीशन और सरकार की जिम्मेदारी है कि ये विश्वास न उठ जाए. अगर कंफ्यूजन हो तो क्लियर हो जाए.
कोई ईवीएम हैक नहीं हुआ था और कोई ईवीएम को अनलॉक करने के लिए मोबाइल का इस्तेमाल नहीं हुआ था. तो जिस तरीके से उस अखबार ने आज माफी मांगी है, बिल्कुल उसी तरीके से हमारी मांग है कि राहुल गांधी भी माफी मांगे. उन्होंने देश में जो चुनाव की प्रक्रिया चलती है, प्रतिष्ठित प्रक्रिया है, उस प्रक्रिया को बदनाम किया.
Meanwhile, an FIR has been filed against both the ECI official and the Shinde Sena MP, Vaikar's brother-in-law, who carried the phone. Bureau Report, India Today.
Well, that's it on Newstrack. Thanks so much for watching. News Today with Rajdeep comes up next.
रायबरेली और अमेठी हमेशा उनको एक परिवार के रूप में उन्होंने माना है और स्वाभाविक है कि वहां के मतदाताओं ने जिस प्रकार का एक अपनापन, एक विश्वास, एक आशीर्वाद गांधी परिवार को हमेशा से दिया है और विशेष रूप से इस बार राहुल जी को दिया है. और माननीय प्रियंका जी स्वयं वहां पर 18 दिनों तक रहकर उन्होंने लोगों के बीच लोगों का आशीर्वाद मांगा है. आश्वस्त करेंगे कि आने वाले दिनों में भी उनका प्रतिनिधित्व संसद से लेकर सड़क तक मजबूती के साथ हम सब मिलकर करेंगे.
बड़ा सवाल ये उठ रहा है कि राहुल गांधी जो हैं वो रायबरेली से रहेंगे या वायनाड से रहेंगे. अविनाश पांडे क्या चाहते
अविनाश पांडे या हम क्या चाहते हैं ये उतना महत्व नहीं, क्योंकि इसके बारे में अंतिम निर्णय तो राहुल जी स्वयं लेंगे. स्वाभाविक है कि वहां की जनता की भावनाओं को समझते हुए और जो भी वो निर्णय लेंगे, लेकिन हमारी सबकी इच्छा है कि वो रायबरेली का प्रतिनिधित्व करें और ताकि पूरे उत्तर प्रदेश में, पूरे उत्तर भारत में एक संदेश जाए.
Make your media plan smarter with India Today Live TV on your connected devices. Amplify your brand with 100 million smart internet viewers. To advertise, mail us at sales@aajtak.com.
Hindustan's weather report brought to you by JK Tyre, देश का टायर।
ऐ भारत हम चल पड़े किस जुनू किस शान से, जन्नत नुमा कश्मीर से, आसाम के बागान से, महाराष्ट्र से, गुजरात से, कर्नाटक से, राजस्थान से, तब हिंदुस्तान मिले हिंदुस्तान से। जय हो विजय हो देश हो विदेश हो जेके हो, जब हिंदुस्तान मिले हिंदुस्तान से।
जेके टायर, देश का टायर।
So sorry.
फिर छाया मेरा जादू, कोई रोक न पाया। मित्रों फिर छाया मेरा जादू, कोई रोक न पाया। जीत की गारंटी हूँ मैं, वादों की वारंटी हूँ मैं, जनता की मैं उम्मीदें, बेईमानों खतरे की घंटी हूँ मैं। देश ने फिर से भरोसा किया, देश का फिर से पीएम मैं, जो चाहे मोटा भाई से टकराए, हाँ फिर भी जीत न पाए। फिर छाया मेरा जादू, अपोजिशन रोक न पाया।
Presented by JK Tyre, देश का टायर। Co-presented by New Seltos with Kia Connect. Tech is now badass. Powered by NECC. Sunday हो या Monday, रोज खा वनडे।
Good evening, hello and welcome. You're with the news today, your primetime destination. News, newsmakers, talking points. The big talking point tonight, Priyanka Gandhi Vadra has decided to take the electoral plunge. That's right. She will make her poll debut from Wayanad. Will the brother-sister Gandhi duo make an impact? Also, the Bengal train tragedy. Who will be held accountable? A 90-minute special today of the news today. But first, as always, it's time for the 9 headlines at 9. Priyanka Gandhi Vadra to take the poll plunge finally will contest from Wayanad by poll as brother decides to give up the Kerala seat and will retain Raebareli. 9 dead in Bengal train tragedy, including 3 staff. Railway Minister Ashwini Vaishnav meets